Get that high quality lighting. Yo. What's up, SLX? This lighting is crazy. Holy shit. I got like a professional streamer light or some shit like that. This shit is going crazy right now. Where should I put the light? Look at this. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Yo. What is a goody, y'all? That is the title of this video. SLX, guess what? No one watches your videos, so you're talking to yourself. So what the fuck is this stream for? I need to stream. I should stream. This is one clip that I watched recently and it resonates with me. The streamer, he said, the only thing I get is my parents disappointed me when they see my clips. It's literally so true. Like, I have a very unique ability to create music on the spot. Like, I start rapping and freestyling, singing, beatboxing, dancing, you name it, on the spot. And it's like my parents get disappointed every time I make music. Dude, think about this, okay? If you are a top level rapper in the industry, a Drake, a ASAP Rocky, a 6ix9ine or whatever, a rap monster, just someone like famous, right? My parents view them as doing their rap career as, oh, that's cool, right? Then their own son, who's trying to do the exact same thing, they're disappointed in me. Dude, this is what Asian people don't make any sense, okay? If you are an Asian parent, you are more proud of your kid for getting a college degree and getting a high-paying job than them working towards building a little empire. Like, dude, my mom and dad would be more proud of me if I finished school and got a good job than me building an entire rap industry empire. What, bro? Like, okay, here's the thing. When I first told my mom I want to drop out of college to pursue entrepreneurship, she told me I was a good-for-nothing nobody. Okay? Then, as time continued, I went back to school, but then I dropped out because I was like, I'm not going to get a degree. My mom called me like a dummy. I don't have education in my mind. And I told my sister's boyfriend, I told him, just because I went to college doesn't mean I need a degree. Everyone, you need to understand, just because you go to college doesn't mean you need to get your degree. Okay, Ninja dropped out of college. Sneeko dropped out of college. Steve Jobs dropped out of college. A lot of, like, Jason DeWeen dropped out of college. A lot of streamers dropped out of college. There's a YouTuber whose dad paid for his tuition $40,000, and that YouTuber made more money through content creation than whatever college pathway that the normies want or whatever. And the algorithm just showed me the title of a YouTube video earlier about how content creators are disgusting. You're the disgusting one. Like, by you making the video trying to expose content creators about being disgusting, you're the disgusting one. Okay? And let's talk about porn. Because porn content creation is very unique. Let me explain to y'all the Japanese porn industry. The way that the Japanese porn industry works is the Japanese porn actors never say no. And it's fucked up. But that's what porn is. It's a horrid practice. And if you read the comments of the Japanese porn industry, it's like, oh, rape, oh, sexual assault, or whatever. that's what porn is. You don't understand? Oh, there have to be safety regulations. You have to be specific testing and rules. And you have to follow safe and strict guidelines in porn or whatever. That's not true. Because what porn is a horrid practice. So all of the malpractice about exploitation, about casting couches, about 18-year-old girls getting to the industry and these agencies, these pimps or whatever, it's bad because that's what it is. You can't say the porn industry is disgusting because that's what it is. Like Mia Khalifa, when Mia Khalifa tries to expose the porn industry, when you watch like ex-porn stars try to shit on the porn industry, it's bad because that's what it is. Do you not understand what I'm saying? The reason why he said content creation was disgusting or whatever is because there's a sense of exploitation. There's a sense of, oh, I'm just doing this for the video. There's a sense of, I would not be doing this if it wasn't for the camera. I would not be acting out or crashing out. Like even me, I would not be doing a stream right now if it wasn't a stream. But that's because that's what it is. The fact that it feels freakish, the fact that it feels disgusting, the fact that it feels gross or whatever, is because that's what it is. Y'all understand? The reason why Streamer University and videographers and content creators seem gross or disgusting or whatever is because that is what it is. Humans by nature are sinners. We want to do the worst stuff possible. So because our parents view content creation as a failure, as a disappointment, as a whatever, that's why Generation Z wants to do that shit. Okay, the reason why porn stars get into porn is because it's so horrid, but that's because that's what they want to do. The reason why content creation seems so weird and, what is the right word, disgusting to a certain extent is because that's what it is. Then there's also the positive side, okay? Motivational videos, beatbox videos, videos about math, videos about software engineering, videos about English learning, videos about how to learn a language. Then there's the positive side of content creation. How do you chef better food? How do you cook crops? How do you grow crops? What kind of fashion are you into? What kind of houses are you building? Construction work, day-to-day life. Then there's the good side of content creation, where if you have a big family, you want to vlog your family. So then that way, people across the world can view, oh, I can aspire to be like that big family. My dreams is to have a big family. I want at least 5 kids. At least, okay? So by me viewing content about big families, it helps because that is something that I can aspire to work towards. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why there's the positive side and then there's the negative side. Here's the part that the content creator was discussing about the gross part about content creation. The reason why the Streamer University revealed to him that content creation was weird or offsetting or off-putting is because the algorithm rewards negative content. If I did my content about racism, death, scary, fear, anger, rage, the world sucks, hate everybody, depression, the algorithm will boost my content. Versus if I tell everyone and tell y'all, hey everyone, listen to positive music. Everyone go read books. Everyone eat healthy. Everyone hydrate. Everyone exercise. Everyone think positively. Everyone study hard. Everyone go spend time with your loved ones, right? If I push that kind of content, the algorithm will destroy and not push my content to the world. It has to be negative. Every word that comes out of my mouth has to be dark, depression, fear, be scared of life. You're a failure. No one loves you. Everyone hates you. You're a good for nothing nobody. This and that. Whatever. Drop out of school. Go do drugs. Be a fucking loser. Just go fucking wank off. Be a gooner. Whatever. Don't talk to girls. Be a loser in your house. Be fat. Eat chips. Whatever. That kind of content is boosted. Right? Go watch porn. Just stay in your mom and dad's house. Go live in the basement. Like, when you go onto public, just be a creeper, be weird, whatever. That content is more algorithm-based, which is fucked up. Versus if I said, yo, go to a tailor and get your fashion designed. Go to the nutrition store. Go to the gym. Go read a book, right? Go learn how to talk to girls. Go make a bunch of money. If I explain that and push positivity, the algorithm just will not boost my content. And guess what? The developers that are developing the software that we use, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, the software coders, they literally are curating the software to do that. They go into the system and they say negative energy input, negative words. So this is what the software coders do in Silicon Valley, okay? In Silicon Valley, the software engineers of Meta, the software engineers of Instagram, Meta is Instagram, the software engineers of Spotify, even Spotify, bro, negative music gets boosted on Spotify. Have any of you noticed that? If any of you go on Spotify, all the music you listen to is negatively based. Think about it. Go on Spotify right now, look at your playlist. Half of your songs are based off negativity. I'm serious. Right now, all of you, go to your Apple iTunes. Go to your even Spotify, Apple iTunes, Amazon Music. Even the music apps forces you to listen to negative music. Go look on your catalog of music, your playlist or whatever. All of your music is negatively based. Wake up, y'all. Then on top of that, you have to understand that the coders that are coding the actual software tells the AI any negatively based words, negativity, depression, suicide, scary, gross, bad, evil, this and that, horrible stuff, fear-mongering. The coders literally put into the system of AI boost the negative algorithm content. Hate, shame, low vibrations, negative energy. The literal coders in Silicon Valley program the AI to boost that content. Think about that, y'all. Humans, just like 23-year-olds, just like me, Gen Z, just like us, okay, that are just finishing their UCLA coding degree, that are just finishing their whatever other universities, their Berkeley college coding degree or whatever, okay? Fresh out of college, they go to the Silicon Valley interview at Meta. They go to the Silicon Valley interview with Spotify, with Snapchat, with Pinterest, with Reddit, with whatever big social media, with X, okay, whatever. YouTube, Facebook, whatever the heck is in your face, okay? Then those 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, fresh out of college, that they just got the degree, they go to the interview process or whatever. Then their manager and boss sit them down and they say, okay, this is what you're going to do. And if you don't do this, we're going to fire you. You're going to go into the AI coder and you're going to make sure that negative content is boosted. And if you don't do that, we're going to fire you. A fresh, brand new employee that the bosses and managers just hired that same day. The interview process, the application process, the resume, and the cover letter, they scratch all that. All they say is this: will you join our negativity algorithm pushing cult of us coding AI so that way negative content is boosted? Will you join us? And if you say no, you will get fired. You cannot work for us. If you say yes, welcome to the dark side, right? So then these Gen Z, just like you and me, 22, 23-year-olds that are just finally getting their $125,000 in loans of school, their $250,000 worth of loan in school to get your software engineering degree. Oh yeah, I have $250,000 of student debt, and I'm gonna be a Silicon Valley employee that boosts the negative content on the algorithm, and my salary is barely $300,000, so I can barely pay off my student loans, but then I only have $10,000 left over because the city took all my tax money. Now I have $10,000, and because I'm living in Silicon Valley and everything is expensive, I'm living in a studio apartment with 1 bedroom, limited space, and it's all in 1 room, and the rent is $5,000. Now I only have $5,000 left in my savings. Wow, amazing. Life is so good, guys. I got my college degree. I'm a software engineer in Silicon Valley, and I'm boosting negative content, and I have $250,000 worth of student loans, and then I finally get to pay it off because my salary is $300,000, but I have to boost negative content, and I have to go home every day, and I'm just swallowing in my guilt because I don't actually like my job, but I have to pay for my crazy student loans because my mom and dad told me to get a college degree and go live in California and go be a Silicon Valley software engineer. Yay! Cash App, Venmo. Oh my goodness, guys. Zelle? Oh my God, Huntington Bank? Oh my goodness, Robinhood? Oh my God, Coinbase? Oh, Crypto.com? Oh my, Kraken? MetaMask? Oh my God! I can low-key end the video there. I can low-key end the video. I just exposed everyone, bro. Okay, then what about rappers? Rappers are different. Rappers are different, bro. Yesterday, I watched probably humanity's best freestyle rap ever. Let me explain to y'all why. For a rapper, if you do the best freestyle you ever did in your entire life, no matter what you do, you can never ever freestyle as good as you did in that moment. Let me explain. You had enough practice beforehand, so that way you had the confidence to even rap that freestyle. However, you're not 1,000,000% sure what's gonna come next, so you're still in a experimental phase. But here's the thing. After you do that freestyle, now you are better at rapping. But because you are better at rapping, you can't go back and do like that experimental kind of this is brand new stuff I'm coming up with on the spot ever again. So the reason why I say that rapper, he did the best rap in his entire life, and that's it. He can never do a better freestyle than that ever again. Ever. Because he had just enough experience and confidence to even do the freestyle. But now that he's even better at rapping, it's the fact that I'm better at rapping that I would be more critical and I would say things in a certain way and I'm more judgmental about what I'm saying versus just now in that moment. Even though I still was as critical as I am now, it was still new and fresh in that moment, and I wasn't 1,000,000,000% sure what exact word was going to come next. That's why it was the best freestyle. Then beatbox also has this type of timbre, okay? If you are a beatboxer and you started beatboxing and you've been beatboxing for 5 years, for some reason, the 5 years of beatboxing has a type of cleanliness because you're still trying to learn your style. And when you beatbox, you try to beatbox as clean as you possibly can. But your beatbox arsenal isn't so advanced that it's hard to digest, but it's advanced enough that it's impressive and you're good enough at beatboxing, but the equipment isn't super 1,000,000%. So even the equipment is janky. You're not 100,000% at your Super Saiyan level, beatbox level at 5 years. So then in this experimental phase, the acoustics, your cleanliness, the limited palette that you have of sounds is because you have a limited palate, but every single limited palate sounds is very refined because you practice really, really hard because you're trying to get better. But then when you finally get to year 10, like I'm on year 10 of beatboxing, now that I've like mastered all of my sounds, it's like even though I'm really a lot better at beatboxing, 5 years ago when I was still like developing myself is like a golden era of my beatboxing. Does that make sense? So let me reiterate this, okay? The reason why you have like a golden era of beatboxing is because you're finally developing your style. All the sounds you make are clean, but it's not like I'm Super Saiyan yet. You're still like false Super Saiyan when Goku fought that crazy dude in that one movie, okay? Remember any of you false Super Saiyan where Goku's hair didn't turn blonde, but his eyes went away and he had like a golden aura around him? That's like false Super Saiyan. So when you're at like 5 years of beatboxing, you're at this golden era of like, I'm not as perfectly my style yet, but I'm developing it. But because I'm still critical of how my sounds are, I'm still like trying to beatbox as clean as I can. But because I have special sounds and I'm practicing every day, my style is in a golden era. Like a 2000 to 2500 ELO. Like if you're between 2000 to 2500 ELO for beatboxing, that's like the golden era. Then finally, when you get to like 10 years of beatboxing, and then we get to like 3000 plus ELO, not to say that the beatboxing isn't absolutely insane, but because you've passed the experimental phase, the reason why the beatboxing isn't as impactful anymore is because you've passed the experimental phase. Now you're just in the scientific experiment. Now you're just in the scientific process at this point. You've passed the hypothesis, you've tested the results, you know what works. Now you're just in the field doing the actual work. Okay? Let me put my glasses on. So this is another part I want to mention too, is that like dancing and like rapping has some kind of similar energy. Why? Not to say that the best dancers in the world are the best dancers. They literally are the best in the world. The world's best dancers, okay? But here's the thing. When you were first learning how to dance, like the first beginning-ish, because you were still mastering the basics and whatnot, you were more critical of the basics that before you developed like small bad habits, you could say, that dancing was at its like, false Super Saiyan form. Then on top of that, rapping is also, like I mentioned earlier, has that similar idea. Some of my old raps I go back and listen to, I go, holy shit, this is peak. Even though I'm not as good as rapping as I am now, because of where I was at that time, some of my rapping back then was literally insane. And even now, I have to like go back and listen to my old raps because some of them are fucking good. But I had to do those raps to get better. But the raps were still good. Understand what I'm saying? What else is this a concept of? Okay, this isn't in the same field. This is a different conversation now. Money. Money is the only thing that scales in this manner. $1 turns into $100. $100 turns into $10,000. $10,000 turns into $1 million. And let me explain to y'all the compounding effect and the exponential growth of money. Not only does it become easier to make money, you also learn how to make more money faster. Why? If you made $10,000, now you can make $100,000 easier because all you do is streamline the process. You are more efficient in making money. You know what to get rid of. You know how to say no. And you know what to focus on. So you're working up to $100,000. And here's the thing. At each bracket, it actually becomes easier to get to the next one. It's not harder, okay, but let me just bear with me. From $10,000 to $100,000 takes about an 1800 level of entrepreneurship elo. Maybe even 1500, okay? If we think about entrepreneurship on a chess-based elo system, on an Overwatch elo system, okay? Let's say, I don't even know what the rankings are for Overwatch, but let me just use numbers for elo. Let's say you're at a 1500 level for elo for entrepreneurship. Going from $10,000 to $100,000 is pretty challenging, okay? But then, after you go from $10,000 to $100,000, you now have boosted your elo from 1,500 to 1,800. So your entrepreneurship elo is higher. So now it is easier to make $100,000 into $500,000. So now that you made $100,000 into $500,000, your entrepreneurship elo has gone from 1,800 to 1,900. Now you're going to take your entrepreneurship elo because you make $500,000, turn it into $1 million. Now your entrepreneurship elo is at like 2,100 elo. Then you make your $1 million, turn that into $10 million. Now you have like 2,500 elo. 2,500 entrepreneurship elo. Then you go from $10 million to $100 million. Now you have 2,900 level elo in entrepreneurship. Then you go from $100 million to $250 million. Now you have 3,100 level elo of entrepreneurship. You go from $250 million to $500 million. Now you have like 3,400, 3,500 elo of entrepreneurship. Now you go from $500 million to $1 billion. Now you're getting to like 3,700 elo. Then you go from $1 billion to $10 billion. Now you're at like 3,900 elo. Then you go from $10 billion to $100 billion. Now we're pushing 4,000 elo. Then you push 250 billion dollars. Now you're pushing 4,100, 4,200, which those numbers don't exist. It's just 4,000 and above, okay? Then you get to 500 billion, 1 trillion, 10 trillion, 100 trillion. Now you're way past 4,000 elo of entrepreneurship. This is the thing. Because your elo is increasing, not are you only able to make more money, you're actually able to make more money easier and make more money faster, which is insane. And money is the only thing that scales this way. From $10,000 to $100,000, you can only make that amount of money so fast, so efficiently, in such an ease, quote unquote, way. Versus from 10 million to 100 million, that process is actually easier, more efficient, and faster than from 10,000 to 100,000. Why? Because not only is your elo increasing, so your entrepreneurship is increasing, but also the volume of cash that you can invest creates the vehicle for said project, for said investment portfolio, for said company to reach newer heights in a more rapid, streamlined way. Now, how does this work? This is why the division between the poor and the rich become bigger and bigger every single day. Is because money is about wisdom, education, knowledge. Tai Lopez said it right. And think about this, y'all. I want y'all to put this into perspective. Tai Lopez has effectively removed himself from the matrix. And let me explain y'all how he did it. If any of you look up Tai Lopez and the Ponzi scheme, that's not real. Okay? Tai Lopez has effectively escaped the matrix. Why? Because he rug pulled the entire internet community. What do I mean by that? Tai Lopez actually did an SMMA. Tai Lopez actually built software. Tai Lopez actually did these high-level entrepreneurship skills. But here's the thing that no one understands. Tai Lopez actually hired a professional lawyer to build a case strong enough that Tai Lopez could effectively disappear from the world. That's why I say he rug pulled the internet, because he sourced the wealth from the internet, but he did it correctly. Everything Tai Lopez did was right. Build up SMMA, 90 days, 17 steps to liberty, 17 steps to freedom, the 3 pillars of success: spiritual, monetary, and mental. Relationship success, okay? Tai Lopez then, because now he has a family, obviously he has baby mamas and kids, and he just wants to raise his family on a farm. Being successful and being completely private is the biggest success you could ever have. Having a lot of money, having a wife and kids, and no one knowing about you is the biggest success. So, that's what Tai Lopez did. After his baby mamas and his kids figured out where they're going to live, he hired a lawyer to effectively remove him from the existence of this planet. So now Tai Lopez is sitting on how many hundreds of millions of dollars, generational wealth, generational skills, generational knowledge, generational wisdom that he's going to pass down to his lineage so that they can make a fuck ton of money just like he did. There's another scenario too where there was a crypto scam. Effectively, there was a group of teenagers who scammed a crypto millionaire. But I want y'all to understand this. The crypto millionaire allowed that shit to happen. Why? Because now that the crypto millionaire is in the public eye, he's going to get more sponsorship deals. He's going to get more brand deals. He's going to get more crypto investment hedge funds, bro. So, think about it. The millionaire let the teenagers scam him. Okay, and if you go look up the $4 million crypto scam that happened recently, maybe about a year ago. There was a group of teenagers who quote-unquote scammed a multi-crypto millionaire. But I want y'all to understand this. The crypto millionaire allowed that to happen. He's like, oh, these are just young kids messing around. I'm just going to give them, what was it, $2 million in crypto or whatever? And these kids think that they did something. Oh, we hijacked the millionaire or whatever. And it's funny because the millionaire didn't even charge them for like felony charges. The government did. Think about that. The millionaire could care less about the $2 million of crypto that just got rug pulled from him. Let me put y'all into perspective of this. The crypto millionaire that got quote-unquote fraudulent scammed by teenagers allowed that to happen, but he did not place any charges on those teenagers. The government was the one that figured it out and placed charges. The crypto millionaire didn't even charge a felony or type of government official thing on those teenagers. The government got involved. Think about that, bro. The crypto millionaire could care less about his own crypto, that the government got involved instead. And the earlier point now, this is free publicity for the crypto millionaire. Now, this is just an investment, okay? The crypto millionaire invested $2 million into these fucking teenagers or whatever, that now, because he's in the public eye, other crypto millionaires are going to collab with him. And they're all laughing on their laptops, right? Their MetaMask and their crypto wallets and their ledgers and whatnot. Their Bitcoin and Ethereum miners and shit like that, right? With their dick in their hand and their vodka in their left hand, right? Like, y'all have to understand, crypto millionaires don't care. Why? Is because it's knowledge. Just because you lost $2 million from teenagers trying to scam you, you didn't actually lose anything. If anything, you kind of gained stuff. You gained a good laugh or whatever. And I want y'all to, oh my goodness, YouTube's going to shadow ban this video. Luke Belmar, oh my God. Luke Belmar tells this story about one of his good friends, okay? And this is the conversations that my dad and I have all the time. What Luke Belmar's friend did, him and his friend went to Chipotle. And his friend said, hey, Luke, can you spot me on this Chipotle meal? If you are a multi-millionaire asking your friend to spot you at Chipotle. Mind you, this is literally no humility. Right? My mom said it right. Humble rich people don't flash. Poor people try to flash. The millionaire invested all of his money into crypto the night before, that when he went to go eat lunch with Luke Belmar, who, mind you, was way poorer in terms of monetary value, to spot him at Chipotle. And Luke Belmar was like, why am I spotting? You're a multi-millionaire. And the guy said, no, I put all of my money into crypto. That's because a millionaire is not monetary. Millionaire is a brain thing, bro. Your fucking brainstem is your million tree. Do money grow on trees? Yes. Brainstem, you call a tree stem or root. Get it? Brainstem, tree stem. Do money grow on trees? My brain stem, a tree stem, a tree root, a tree stem, brain stem. Millionaire is a mindset. Do money grow on trees? Brain stem, tree stem. Do money grows on trees? Millionaire is a mindset. Brain stem. Think about it. If you're high IQ enough, you will understand that reference. Okay? Back to the conversations with my dad and I. My dad asked why my bank account is always empty. The reason why my bank account is always empty is because as soon as I get money, I immediately invest it. Let me explain to y'all why. This is how life insurance works, okay? This is why people don't want to buy life insurance, is because the agent that tries to recruit you doesn't even understand life insurance themselves. All life insurance is an Amazon subscription. All life insurance is a Netflix subscription. All life insurance is a Hulu subscription. All life insurance is a subscription that if you stop paying it, the subscription ends. But then what about when you die or whatnot? That's why you have to make sure you lay out your will. In my will, after I die, all of my life insurance funds should be transferred to said boom, 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 boom. That's why you have to be very careful about your will. Here's the thing. For life insurance, yes, you are investing in your livelihood, so that way if anything happens, you have extra money on the side. Car accident, medical bills, vitamins, massage therapy, physical therapy, emergencies, right? hospital bills, you name it. That's what life insurance is for. That then, I want to explain to y'all, yes, that is what you are investing in. But the overarching reality of life insurance is more than just paying for potential car accidents, potential lawyer fees, potential hospital bills, etc., etc. The point of life insurance is building the habit of how to invest in stocks and bonds. And if you go watch the John Q movie with Denzel Washington, okay? The reason why people don't understand stocks and bonds and life insurance is because, and trading, right? Is because you're not actually buying the stock and bond. You're not actually buying the insurance. What you are doing is investing not in the actual product or service. You are investing in yourself, in the habit of investing in yourself. Numerology is real. When you are seeing the numbers slowly creep up, that is literally equal to the energy output of your nervous system. At $100,000, your nervous system output would react in a different way than at $1 million. Your nervous system output would react in a different way at $10 million. Your central nervous system output would act a different way at $100 million. Your central nervous system would activate differently at $1 billion. Your central nervous system output would be different at $10 billion. Your central nervous system output would be different at $100 billion. Your central nervous system output would be different at $1 trillion. Continuing and continuing with 10 trillion, 100 trillion, and so on. Why? It's because money is directly correlated to who you are as an individual. What does that mean? This is what I told my dad. Based off of pure motherfucking conviction, you can literally command the world to give you money. Okay? I was watching a biohack summit. I think NASA, Nova, some kind of... Like, if you know what Biohacker Summit is? Biohacker Summit by Longevity Growth is a community of people who want to increase their output through biohacking. One of the, I think it starts with a G. It's like something with a G, but one of the like speakers or whatever was explaining that your body is literally a magnet. You think about it. If you take the crystal from your pineal glands, the crystals have a magnetic field. If you take the iron, the lead, the zinc, the copper, the silver, the iron and lead in your blood enough, that is literally metal electromagnification. Your body is a literal magnet. So what the speaker was saying, and he had, what was the right word? I'm having a brain fart. Reviews? It's not a review. Not even customer satisfaction. What is it when you go to like a front page of an SMA owner? You scroll down, and then they have like the success stories of people. What's that called? Why am I having a brain fart, bro? Ravi Abhivala talks about this all the time. When you are a beginning entrepreneur, every time you get like a feedback video, you want to post that all over your front page. like a customer relationship video where they tell you about all the good stuff about your product or service. What is that thing called? It's not a review. It's something else, bro. Customer what? Oh my God. Brain fart. It's going to come up to me later and I'm going to be a very like, oh my God, that was the word. The speaker had the customer what? Reciprocal, retrieval, relationship, review, testimony. The testimony. The speaker of the Biohacker Summit that was talking about your body being a literal magnet. His testimonies. There we go. In his testimonies, what his clientele was saying is that one of the clientele, she had no idea what was going on, why she couldn't make money, why she was tired every day, why she was in a state of quagmire. Then she flipped the script and she told herself, no, I'm abundant, I'm abundant, I'm abundant. Life is abundance, life is abundance, life is abundance. 1 year later, she's making $10,000 every month through numerology coaching. The testimony, she just said, I'm abundant. I'm abundant. I'm abundant. I'm abundant. I am no longer going to chase money. I'm going to attract money. I am abundant. Now she's making $10,000 a month through numerology coaching. And if any of you know about numerology coaching, these things scale very fast because you go from $10,000 a month to $15,000 a month to $20,000 a month, so on and so forth. Numerology coaching is astronomical. Okay, then there was another testimony. I have to recollect the testimony. Okay, what the girl was saying is that no matter how hard she was trying to chase money, it seemed like she was repelling it. Then all of a sudden, when she stopped trying to chase money and just let the money attract towards her, she made more money easier than she would ever imagine in her life. Then we go back to the speaker. The speaker was talking about, you can literally use your body as a beacon. Our bodies are beacons. You can literally broadcast your polyphonetic waves to the world. Think about that. So earlier when I was talking about why making a lot of money is about wisdom and knowledge, and why the gap between poor people and rich people becomes increasingly more, is because this. Rich people don't pay taxes, guys. You actually don't have to pay taxes. If you think about the evolution of humanity, oh my God, wow. 1,000 years ago, 5,000, in the beginning, Lucy, the first Homo sapiens, there was no tax. Tax wasn't created until the Constitution was passed. The founding fathers created tax money for whatever reason. Rich people don't pay taxes. Think about it. Fundamentally, as a human, why do I have to pay taxes? If I can pay my house in full or build my own house wherever I want to, if I can grow my own farm and grow my own food, if I can create my own clothes, if I can hire my own what's the right word? A doula for for pregnancy. If I can hire my wife a doula, if I can have a home birth, if I can homeschool my kids, why would I ever have to pay taxes? Who do I owe my money to? If I buy my own land, my own 10 to 20 acres of land, who am I paying taxes to? If you go to Bali, Indonesia, no taxes. Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, no taxes. What the fuck? What else is there? Why is the income gap getting worse and worse? All right, what is the next topic? We are going to end this stream pretty soon. We'll get to a couple more minutes and we will end the stream. This was a good talking stream. We'll get to a few more, just a little bit longer, and we will call it a stream. But again, SLX, no one watches your videos, so it doesn't matter. You're literally talking to yourself. So yeah, we're just gonna let this go for a little bit longer, and we will end the stream. Okay, we are